All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us today. My name is Mark Bolger. I'm the Director of Sales for Final Expense here at Pinnacle Financial Services. And I'm joined by Warren Redinger, who's also our other Final Expense Sales Director here at Pinnacle. And today we're just going to talk to you guys a little bit about, some of the Final Expense products that Pinnacle has to offer. We're going to go through, each one of our top companies, give you kind of like a little bit of a summary, so that you know what to expect, when selling Final Expense. First off here, this is just a little bit of my contact information here. Anybody, if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can reach me here at 800-772-6881. My direct extension is 7705. And then my email address is listed here as well for you guys. All right, so we're going to get started here. Just a little bit about Pinnacle. We are located right up in Warminster, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia. Some of the other products that we do besides Final Expense are fixed, index, and immediate annuities. We do universal life, index universal life, single premium life, whole life, obviously Final Expense, term life, long-term care, and Medicare. Our website, which is kind of like the central hub to all the information and resources that you'll need here at Pinnacle. If you're not familiar with it, it is www.pfsinsurance.com. If you are a contracted agent with us, you should have a login, and you have full access to our website and all the different quoting tools. If you're a new agent, you can simply go to this website and register a login, and we'll reach out to you and get you contracted. But our website obviously is available 24/7. You can download all different application forms right from our website instead of having to go to all the various carriers' websites to gather that info. We offer discounted CEs and E&O insurance. You can certainly check that out on our website and see some of the discounts that we offer for that. We try and keep up to date with all of the current life, annuity, and long-term care and Medicare news. So we have a whole section dedicated to that. And that's going to involve things like bonuses and, different incentive trips that the carriers have. We'll always keep that updated. We have annuity quoting software, long-term care quoting software, term, GUL, Medicare, and obviously Final Expense quoting software. So we'll do a quick demo with you guys towards the end of this presentation and show you guys just a little some of the basics with our website. Okay, and one of the other things that we do here, we do paperless contracting. All right, once you get signed up with Pinnacle, all we ask is that you fill out this one paper contract, and that's all you'll ever have to fill out. Once we have that in our system, you can give us a call and say, hey, I want to get set up with, XYZ insurance company. We'll process the paperwork for you since we already have your information, and we'll go ahead and push that contract out for you without you having to fill out any other paperwork. You just simply request those carriers. We have over 130 different carriers as well, and that's something that you can look through on our website. We have everything kind of divided up into the different industry types. So certainly feel free to check that out as well. So, okay, so just going to kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview of what Final Expense is. Final Expense, these are whole life policies, which means they are a permanent form of insurance. And these whole life policies are going to generally have some smaller death benefits, anywhere in the range from $2,000 up to a max of $50,000. Depending on the carrier. The death benefit will never decrease with these Final Expense plans, and the premiums will never increase. So if your client is 65 years old and they're looking for a $10,000 policy, they are locking in those rates for a 65-year-old, and they're paying that for the rest of their life. There's no, provisions in there where the premiums are going to increase after a couple years. Or no provisions in there that'll say that the face amount will decrease after a couple of years. So very important to let your clients know that. All of these Final Expense products have no medical exam. It's non-medical underwriting. We either have simplified issue, which is just a couple yes/no health questions for your client to answer, or we have something called a guaranteed issue where, if your client recently had a major to minor health issue, they don't have to answer any health questions at all. They're automatically accepted. And we'll talk about some of those plans as we go forward here. So all of these products as well are designed for seniors in mind. That's why they call them final expense. Other terms are called like burial insurance, funeral insurance, some terms that they kind of use intermittently as well. But since these are designed for seniors, they realize that most people are going to have some things like high blood pressure. Some seniors will find that are diabetics. A lot of these companies are very lenient with the underwriting with that. So, and also too, all of these products are going to come with living benefits included at no cost. And what that means is it's either like an accidental death benefit rider or an accelerated death benefit rider. Whereas if your client's diagnosed with like a chronic or terminal illness, they can accelerate that death benefit to use that money while they're still living for things like hospital bills, household bills, etc. And then the accidental death benefit is usually twice the face amount that they initially apply for. If they pass away due to an accident, they can get double that face amount. So like I said, these are most companies are going to have that included for no extra cost. If there is an extra cost, it's usually just a few dollars, very, very inexpensive. And since these are whole life policies, they're permanent, like I mentioned, so they are going to build cash value, regardless if it's an immediate death benefit or if it's graded or if it's a guaranteed issue. It's something that you can let your clients know that these policies do build some sort of cash value. Okay. And then here's just a little bit of an explanation as far as the different benefit types that we have. We have level benefit at the top here, which means it's immediate coverage. Your client's covered from day one there. They don't have any waiting period. If they purchase the policy today and God forbid something happens to them tomorrow, they are fully covered. And these are going to be for the clients that can answer no to as many health questions as possible. So generally, your clients that are pretty healthy, level benefit's going to be usually like the best option for them. And I got some sample premiums over here to the right-hand side. Just ran like a 65-year-old male, non-smoker for $10,000. You'll see a level benefit's going to cost him about $53.82 per month. The level benefits are going to be the best rates for the client, and it's also going to be the best commissions for the agent as well, which is really important. So next up here, we have the graded and the modified plans. Depending on the carrier, they might either offer a graded modified or a guaranteed issue. It's usually one or the other. So if your client can't qualify for that level benefit, they'll usually offer something like a graded modified or a guaranteed issue. When it's graded modified, they're generally a little bit less expensive than going the guaranteed issue route, just depending on the company. If you look over to the right-hand side, I have a sample premium for that same 65-year-old male, non-smoker, for $10,000, and it's coming out to about $83.70 per month if they qualify for a graded modified benefit. Most of the companies are just going to have a return of premium for the first 2 years, plus 10% interest. Some companies will offer, a portion of the face amount. So for example, if death occurs in the first year, they might get 25% of that face amount. And then if death occurs in the second year, it would be sometimes like 50% or 75% of the face amount. So just depending on the company, sometimes that graded modified plan might work best for your client as opposed to going this guaranteed issue route. So moving on to the guaranteed issue, this is, if you know that your client recently had something major, let's say they had a heart attack in the last couple months, or they maybe recently just had like a pretty major surgery, and they're not able to answer no to any of the health questions for these level or graded modified plans. So we have this guaranteed issue, which is absolutely no health questions, no underwriting, clients automatically accepted. Now the catch with that is that there's an automatic 2-year waiting period. So if your client passes away in the first 2 years, all they're getting for the death benefit is a return of premiums that they paid plus 10% interest. Okay. Now, if they make it past the 2 years, then they're eligible for that full face amount that they applied for. So sometimes, it's easier to just do a guaranteed issue if you know that your client, had some major medical issues in the last couple of years. And sometimes that 2-year period, it just goes by super quickly. So, and just a sample premium as well for the guaranteed issue for that same 65-year-old male non-smoker. It's about $110 per month for that $10,000. So you can see why it's important to kind of go through and, see if your client can answer the health questions, because you can obviously save them some money, based on the plan that they actually qualify for. Okay. So just a snapshot of the carriers that we have that offer the level, the graded modified, and the guaranteed issue products. We're going to go over most of these companies here, not every one of them, but like probably a good 90% of these here. So, and one other thing I forgot to mention too is that we are recording this webinar. So anybody that needs a copy of this for their records, we're going to be emailing a copy of the slideshow as well as the recording to you. So you can also share with other agents or agents in your agency. Okay, and you can also feel free to take screenshots as you're going along as well. Okay. All right, so with the final expense plans, you can pretty much do either a paper app or an e-app. Almost every company has the e-apps available. I'll kind of go through each one in a little bit here. I'll let you know specifically, but this is just an example of what the health questions look like on a paper application. As you can see, there's about a dozen or so health questions, and all they want to know is just yes or no. You don't have to provide details to the information or details to the questions on there. You just have to answer yes or no. And I know it's a little bit hard to see, but this company in particular is only looking back like 2 years for some things and only looking back 1 year for other things. So, and it's going to vary between each company and so forth, but you can see that they're only looking back just a few years. So if your client had a health issue, 5 years ago, as long as they're no longer, receiving treatment for it, they should be able to answer no to pretty much any of these health questions on here. Okay. E-applications, like I mentioned, most of these do have the e-apps. You can go either directly to the carrier's websites to do those, or you can actually run a couple of e-apps right through Pinnacle's website. For example, Mutual of Omaha is one of the companies that you can do right through Pinnacle's website. And we'll show you an example of that towards the end of this presentation here. So multiple ways for agents to submit business. I really like the e-apps. Again, they're foolproof, but sometimes you might be in an area where the signal isn't that good, and it's always good to bring a paper app with you just in case. Okay. This is a really nice little funeral expense worksheet that came from Legacy Safeguard, and this just allows you to just like a little sales tool that you can bring along to your appointments and kind of just go over some of the average costs of funeral services. So as you can see on here, they have the funeral home services that are, you're paying for the facility and any of their, employees to, take care of the funeral for that day. So it can, roughly be in upwards of like $2,500 for that. If your client wanted to do like a direct burial with no visitations, it's going to run about $1,500. You see cremation services, anywhere from, $450 for a cremation urn, upwards to almost $2,000 for the full service. Caskets, vaults, cemetery plots, monuments, flowers, other things that you would have at the funeral, like music and the clergy, police escort. All these things all add up to good amount of money. So it's nice to go through, like if your client's like, well, I don't know how much I should take out, you can kind of go through this and get a good idea of how much they should at least have for coverage. So again, I'll be sending this to everybody after the webinar, so you can have this for your files. Okay, so the first company we're going to go into here is Americo, A-rated company. We do a lot of business with them. They're very great to work with. Very quick to process, which is always very important. And of course, they're very quick to pay. So that's what we like. So Americo has two final expense products. So one is going to be a paperless application that you can either do via e-app on their website or over the phone. And this is called the Eagle Series. Okay, so they have two different benefit criteria here. They have the Premier, which is going to be their level benefit. First day coverage includes an accidental death benefit rider for no cost, as well as an accelerated death benefit rider that's included. And so in order for your client to qualify for this product, they have to answer no to all of the health questions. Good news is if they cannot qualify for that immediate coverage, Americo comes back and says, hey, well, we can offer you this guaranteed issue. So your client is not going to get declined no matter what from Americo. Sometimes if they get offered that guaranteed issue, you might look at the rates and say, okay, well, I can maybe switch it over to a different guaranteed issue company. You can totally do that as well. But what's nice with this is they will give you an immediate underwriting decision when you do the e-app, even before you submit it to the company. So if it comes back and says, hey, sorry, we can only offer you the guaranteed issue, you can click cancel on that e-app so that it never even goes over to the company. And then you can, either give us a call or try, one of our other companies to put them through. So like I said, you can do that on the e-app or over the phone. They give you this 2-page worksheet that you can use to collect your client's information. And then you would call that phone number at the top of the worksheet to initiate the application process. And they'll give you an underwriting decision right there over the phone. What's nice about this product is you can get up to 125% in commissions for the first year. And they will advance those commissions to you. So very, very good comp on that. Very easy to do. They pay you within a day, usually 24 hours. And then Americo's other product is their Ultra Protector series. They've had this around for a lot longer than this Eagle series, so it's just like their standard paper application. Very similar underwriting to the Eagle series, a little bit different, just kind of in the way that they word the questions. But what's nice with the Ultra Protector is they have two classifications for immediate death benefit. They have the preferred rating and the standard rating. So what that means is if your client answers no to all the health questions, they can qualify for the preferred. But let's say they answer one health question as a yes, doesn't knock them out. It will actually just give them the standard rating. It's just a little bit more expensive than the preferred. But most important thing is that it's first day immediate coverage. So they have a little bit of leeway there. And then if your client, answers, multiple questions as a yes, or, the company comes back and says, hey, the MIB results, don't jive up with the questions. We can only offer the guaranteed issue. Same thing. Your client cannot be declined from any of Americo's products. They will, at the very least, get offered the guaranteed issue. The face amounts for Americo are going to range from as little as $2,000 up to $30,000, and it's only available for ages 50 to 85. That's for both the Eagle Series and Ultra Protector. And the Ultra Protector, you can get a little bit less commissions than the Eagle Series, but it's up to 115% for the first year, and they will advance you as well for that. So just a little bit of info about Americo. Next one up, we have Mutual of Omaha. They've been around for years. Most people are familiar with them, or most of you actually have contracts with them for one of their products. But you'll see that their face amount is going to range from $2,000 up to $40,000, so a little bit better than Americo there. They'll issue for ages 45 to 85. They have level and graded plans available. So they do not offer the guaranteed issue. So if your client cannot qualify for at least the graded, then they can come back to you and say, with a decline issue. If they answer too many health questions, yes. Just like Americo, Mutual of Omaha is one of the quickest to issue, usually within 24 to 48 hours, and that's the same with the commissions. They pay you very quickly as well. Name recognition, like I said, they've been around for years. Most people are familiar with them, familiar with the logo, and some of their things like the animal kingdom that they have. Mutual of Omaha, they do have an e-app as well that you can do right through Pinnacle's website, and we'll show you a quick demo of that towards the end of the presentation. They also have a paper app as well that you can download right from our website. And with this product, you can get up to 115% for the first year commission, and they'll do advancing as well. So a little bit of info about them. Okay, next one up, Transamerica. Pretty popular product that we have here, mainly for the leniency on their underwriting. A lot of times if a client is either declined or offered maybe a guaranteed issue with any of those previous companies we just talked about, sometimes we might be able to sneak them in with Transamerica for an immediate death benefit. Mainly because they're only looking back a year for some of those major health issues such as insulin dependent diabetics, anyone who's on COPD, or anyone who's recently had a heart attack or stroke. You can pretty much find them an immediate death benefit with Transamerica. Transamerica's face amounts are going to range from as little as $1,000 up to $50,000, and that's going to vary just depending on the age of the client. They issue for pretty much all ages, 0 to 85. So you're not limited just to the senior market for this final expense product. They can be 25 years old, or they can be a child if you want. No point of sale phone interview. This is a really nice feature about this product. Most of the other companies require you to do like a quick 5-10 minute phone verification with the company, just to kind of review the information that you submitted on the application. Transamerica does not require that. They also do not require height and weight. There's no height and weight guidelines for anyone between the ages of 45 and 85. So I can't tell you how many times I've resorted to Transamerica because someone's height and weight was a little bit over or under the limits from some of the other companies. So definitely something to remember there. Like I mentioned, simplified issue underwriting, so it's just the yes/no health questions. I mentioned the immediate full death benefits for these several major health issues. And another thing too is they have the same commissions for all ages, 0 to 85. So anyone who's written final expense before, depending on the company, sometimes like if your client's between the ages of 81 and 85, the commissions are a little bit less just due to the client's age. Some companies certainly do that, but regardless of the age of the client, you're getting the same commission payout, and that's upwards of 115% for the first year commission with advancing available as well. Okay. And we just received notice on this last week. Transamerica is doing a cash bonus for final expense sales. So here's a little bit of information for that. You have a couple different ways that you can qualify for it. At the end of the year, this is, they're going to give out a first place prize of $10,000, and that's for anyone who's placed a minimum of $20,000 in premium. For second place, they're doing, or second through fifth place, they're actually doing $5,000 with a minimum place premium of $10,000. And 6th through 10th place are each going to win $2,500, and they'll qualify with a minimum place premium of $5,000. Agents who write more than 20 apps, they're going to win a $1,000 cash bonus. Agents who do 10 to 19 apps are going to win a $500 bonus. Agents with more than 2 apps are entered into a drawing. 50 names will be drawn, each winning a $100 Amazon gift card. And all winners are also awarded a Transamerica logo shirt. So this is great. Every now and then the carriers will announce that they're doing some sort of bonus program. This is one of the first ones that I've seen from Transamerica in a long time. So definitely take advantage of it. And this is good from now until the end of this year. So you have till December 31st to meet these qualifications. So Best of luck to you. We can, certainly give you more information about this if you give us a call as well. So, all right. Next company up here, we actually just got this contract, a couple months ago, and we're, still, trying to get the word out about it. But they really have some great products on top of their final expense. So we recommend giving us a call and getting set up with Foresters. But for their final expense product, it's going to have face amounts from $2,000 up to $35,000. It's going to be available for ages 50 to 85. They do require you to do a phone interview at the point of sale, and when you do that, they will give you they'll let you know which plan you're eligible for, whether it's the level, or graded, or modified. No medical exam, no blood. That's going to be for all of these products that we're going to be talking about today. The personal health interview that you do with the client. So even if you meet them on a Saturday or Sunday, you can still initiate that phone interview because they're open 7 days a week. And you can do that right in the comfort of the client's home. You don't have to go back to your office or wait till a certain time to send that up. So, and with Foresters, you can do up to 105% for the first year's commission with advancing available. So definitely give us a call. Let us know if you'd be interested in Foresters. They got some really good stuff going on. Okay. Next one up is Aetna, and this is going to be for really anybody who's working AEP and the Medicare market. Most of your clients are going to be familiar with Aetna, mainly because of the Medicare plans. So it makes a good opportunity to cross-sell your clients without having to switch, have multiple companies, writing for them. So Aetna has a great final expense product. Their face amounts are going to go as little as $3,000 up to $35,000, and they have a level, a graded, or modified death benefits in most states. So give us a call. Let us know what state you're in. We'll let you know if it's available in that state. Pretty much every state, except for maybe New York and maybe one or two other ones. So that's pretty much covers all of them, though. This is going to be available for clients ages 60 to 89. So what looks weird about that? Most companies only go up to 85. What's going on here? Aetna is one of the only companies that will offer an immediate death benefit for somebody that's upwards of 89 years old. The only company out there. So if you ever do come across anybody that's in that age range, Aetna is the place to go. Give us a call. We'll get you set up. Very affordable coverage. Their premiums are very competitive with all the other companies like Mutual of Omaha and Americo. They also require you to do a point of sale pre-approval, which means that you just call this 800 number. They'll give you an underwriting decision right there over the phone, and they'll also instruct you to when the policy will be enforced and so forth. Like I mentioned, it's a new product to talk about with your existing and potential clients. Like if you've written some Aetna Medicare policies on someone, this is an easy way to get them set up with the same company. Like I said, instead of having to go with multiple companies to get somebody set up. Aetna is an A-rated company. Pretty much every company that we'll be talking about here is an A-rated company. I know that's important. When if you're meeting with your clients and they're usually asking, what's the rating of the company, what's their financial strength, et cetera. Like I mentioned too, they have the JET pre-approval telephone interview that you can do right then and there. We'll give you the underwriting decision right over the phone. Another good thing too is the commissions. I forgot to mention, I skipped over it, but it's up to 125% commissions with 9-month advancing available. So product that goes up to age 89 and up to 125% commissions, very, very competitive, and very important to know that to share with your clients. Okay. Next to Aetna, we have Cigna. Same type of thing. They do a lot of Medicare plans, a lot of health products. A lot of people don't realize that they also have a final expense product. This is the only life insurance product that Cigna is affiliated with. So, they don't really market it as heavily as they do the Medicare and health products. But their face amounts are going to range from $2,000 up to a max of $25,000 for ages 50 to 85. Non-medical, again, simplified issue, usually has about a 72-hour turnaround. Commissions are paid daily with advancing up to 110% for the first year commission. They have an e-app available, and you can actually do phone sales as well because it does not require you to be face-to-face with your client. So you could technically call somebody over the phone, pull up the e-app on your end, and just kind of collect your client's information right over the phone. When it comes to your client signing the application, you have a few different ways. You can actually email it to your client to have them DocuSign, or Cigna can call the client at a time that's convenient for your client, and they'll do what's called a phone signature. They'll get the client's phone signature right over the phone with them. Again, you don't have to drive out to the client. This is especially good for clients that are a couple hours away from you. That some agents usually have to take the full day to make that appointment. So this can kind of cut that time down. They also offer a household rate discount. So if the husband and wife are applying at the same time, they can get a 5% overall discount. They apply for a final expense policy at the same time. Okay. And this is just like a little screenshot of what Cigna's e-app looks like here. What's nice is you can do multiple products for your client. You don't just have to sign them up for the final expense. You would basically put in your client's information here, and it's going to tell you all the products that Cigna offers that your client can potentially qualify for. So if you want to click right in here to start the final expense e-app, it's going to put a check mark there. And let's say you wanted to also sell them some sort of supplement. You can click on that as well. It's all going to go on the same application. It's going to really minimize the time it takes to generate that paperwork. So very, very simple process. Hopefully more of the companies are going to go the route that Cigna did here. So, and another bonus that Cigna's been running actually for the last couple months. Agents can earn up to $450 cash bonus every single month if they meet these minimum requirements by selling Cigna's final expense. All they have to sell is a minimum of $3,000 in issued annualized premium. So that can come out anywhere from like 3 to 5 final expense policies per month. In order to qualify for that, they will send you a $450 cash bonus that you can use for whatever. And the greatest thing about this is that you can qualify for this every single month. You can do it for the month of October, and then come November, you sell that minimum amount, you can get that extra $450 per month. That's I think it's over $5,000 a year if you qualify for that every month. So this is something that that they're doing. It's just an add-on bonus. Like I said, they've been running it for the last couple months. I strongly urge everybody to take advantage of this if they can. Also, too, when you're selling their final expense, it's going to count towards 300% of their towards their incentive trip. And I believe Cigna is going to Monaco next year. There's details on Cigna's website as well as Pinnacle's website. You can always give us a call as well. We can give you some of those incentive qualifications. Okay, another big company that we've been dealing with over the last couple of years that has surprisingly excellent rates and very lenient with their underwriting and pretty much options for all ages. It's called United Home Life, based out of Indianapolis, and they have just like a regular final expense, kind of built for seniors. It's going to be available for ages 20 to 80. And then they also have this provider whole life, which is available for all ages, pretty much 0 to 80. All of these are simplified issue, non-medical whole life policies. What's nice with the provider is that you can go upwards of $150,000, okay, for permanent whole life insurance, simplified issue, no medical exam. Not too many companies that offer something like this. I can't tell you how many calls I get where clients are looking for $100,000 of life insurance, but they don't want to have to take a medical exam. That's a perfect product for them to get enrolled with. The express issue products right below the provider, these are pretty much the final expense ones, where they offer a premier, which is like their preferred rating, the deluxe, which is their standard rating, both at first day coverage, and then they have a express issue whole life, which is their graded death benefit. And as you show in there, it looks like it's just return of premium for the first 2 years plus interest. They also offer a guaranteed issue. Now, it's not a true guaranteed issue, so you actually have to apply for one of the underwritten products. If they wind up, not offering the one of the immediate death benefits, then they will come back to you and say, hey, we can only offer you this guaranteed issue. But like I said, you have to actually apply for one of the underwritten products for them to offer you that. I got the face amounts, different age ranges in there. I'm not going to go through every one of them, but everything's listed in there, as well as the available riders for each type of policy. And at the very top there, I have the commission. So if you're doing the provider whole life, you can get upwards of 115% for the first year commission with advancing. And then if you're doing the express issue final expense, it's upwards of 105% for the first year commission with advancing. Okay, so lots of good stuff there with United Home Life. All right, going to switch over to the guaranteed issue options that we have here at Pinnacle. One of our most popular ones is AIG. They just came out with this guaranteed issue product a few years ago, and it's been very, very popular, mainly due to their rates and due to the commissions. They just really kind of blow every other company out of the water. But a little bit about AIG is they have face amounts for as little as $5,000 up to $25,000. It's available for ages 50 to 85. Absolutely no health questions, no underwriting. Your client is automatically accepted. The death benefit for the first 2 years is just like any other guaranteed issue, where it's return of premium plus 10%. And then if they live past the 2 years, then they get that full face amount. AIG has an e-app and paper apps available. You can download them right from their website. The only thing about AIG is that you do have to get pre-appointed with them. Generally takes about a week for you to get set up, because what they do is they pre-print the agent's name and writing number right on the paper apps. So we can't just send you a blank paper app to do, because they're all exclusive to the agent. So if you're not set up with this AIG product, certainly give us a call or email us so we can get that process started for you, so you can get out there and sell. This is the only guaranteed issue product that has living benefits included at no cost, the only one on the market. So if your client is diagnosed with either a terminal illness or a critical illness, they can accelerate up to 50% of that face amount while they are still living. Now, they must make it past the initial 2-year waiting period, but they have this included for no cost. Only guaranteed issue product on the market that does this. And since it is a whole life product, it does build cash value. Once the client signs up for this plan, they will receive a copy of their policy as well as an illustration that shows the cash value accumulation year after year. They will receive that in the mail after they sign up. This policy actually has multiple ways for the client to pay. Very nice breath of fresh air, because most other companies only require a checking or savings account. Sometimes clients have a Social Security debit card, or they have a credit card that they want to pay for. And, sometimes, we're unable to do that because the carrier won't accept that method of payment. But with AIG, you can do your regular checking or savings account, Social Security debit card, or a credit card. And that's not only for the initial, but also for the recurring payments. Very important to note that. And since this is a guaranteed issue product, the commissions are a lot less, but like I mentioned, AIG has by far the best commissions for these products, and it's upwards of 80% for that first year commission with advancing available. So good stuff there with AIG. The next one up to, very popular, kind of goes neck and neck with AIG as far as the rates for the client. But this is Gerber Life and their final expense guaranteed issue product. It's available for ages 50 to 80. Same face amounts as AIG, $5,000 up to $25,000. Guaranteed issue, no health questions whatsoever. They're automatically accepted. It has a that graded death benefit for the first 2 years, which is just return of premium plus 10%, just like AIG. Also has an e-app and a paper app available. They do accept credit cards with Gerber Life, but they do not accept the Social Security Direct Express card like AIG does. They also accept a regular checking and savings account as well. And you'll see that the commissions are a little bit less than AIG. They're upwards of about 60% for the first year. A little bit of info I just grabbed right off the website there, but just kind of redundant what I was talking about. But your clients are automatically accepted regardless of their health. They're guaranteed to get some sort of coverage with Gerber there. So definitely give us a call if you're not set up with Gerber. A lot of people are familiar with them, mainly because the Gerber baby. They've been around for decades. So very popular company. All right. Columbian Financial Group. This is a product that we've had for a while, but recently have just gotten a surge of people calling and asking if we offer this. So I figured I'd include them here on the webinar because they really do have a nice niche with their products. They have the immediate death benefit, a graded plan available in the Dignified Choice final expense, which is on your left-hand side. That is simplified issue. It's just going to be face amounts from $2,000 up to $35,000. Available for ages 50 to 85. It's going to include accelerated death benefit rider and an accidental death benefit rider. And then you also have an option to include a children's term rider, which is nice. And you can get upwards of 105% first year commissions with advancing for the Dignified Choice level and graded plans. And then on the right-hand side is Columbian's guaranteed issue final expense. So what's so great about this is if you notice the other products have a minimum age of 50. Well, this one goes down as low as age 25. And this is what has been so popular with this company is, we have people calling saying, they have someone in their 30s or in their 20s looking for a guaranteed issue because, some sort of major health event, happened to them recently. In talking with agents, I get so many calls where they say, like, yeah, this person's been looking for insurance for actually the last, couple months and has been either declined or just told no from most of the other companies. So it's not much that you can get them. You can really only go up to 10,000 for ages 25 to 44, but at least it's something, especially if, if they had something major happen to them where, it happened in the last year or two. But depending on the situation, like, hey, maybe if they wait another 3 or 4 years, they'll have more opportunity to go, try some immediate death benefits with some other companies. But this at least gets them some sort of coverage, during that time. So they have, issue ages 25 to 44 for 5,000 to 10,000 of guaranteed issue, and then ages 45 to 80 for 2,500 to 25,000 in guaranteed issue. Same like the other companies, there's no health questions, they're guaranteed those rates, lifetime coverage as long as the premiums are paid. Their death benefit's a little bit different from the Gerber and AIG. It's return of premium plus 6% interest for non-accidental death within the first 3 years. They do have a full death benefit for death occurring after the 3rd year and a full death benefit for accidental death that occurs in any year. Okay, and that's upwards of about 60% first year commissions with advancing for that product. So definitely keep that in mind if you have any younger people that are looking or that have been turned down with other life insurance. This is a great product to get them set up with. Okay, another guaranteed issue product that's very, very popular. It's Great Western. Now this is a true guaranteed issue product, meaning that you can apply just for the guaranteed issue without having to go through the underwriting like some of those other ones. It's going to be graded for the first 2 years with a return of premium plus 10%. This is available for ages 40 to 80, so it's a little bit better than AIG and Gerber in the sense that you can go down to age 40, but doesn't go as low as Columbian Life does. So, definitely keep that in mind. Their face amounts are going to range from as little as $1,000 up to $40,000. So this is the only guaranteed issue product out there that goes upwards or past 25,000. So they have a max of 40,000. Can't tell you how many times people call and say, my client has health issues, but they need more than 25,000. This is a perfect product to get them set up with. They also have a simplified issue option. It's actually built into the same application. So what it is if your client opts to answer, it's only 3 health questions. If your client can answer no to those 3 health questions, they can actually qualify for the immediate death benefit with Great Western, which means that it's first day coverage, and they actually get the face amount that you apply for actually increases by 25%. So if they can do that, then they would get that immediate coverage. If they just want to skip the health questions, that's totally fine as well. Great Western will just offer the guaranteed issue at that point. So, so commissions for first year for level benefit or immediate coverage is going to be 100%, and then it's about 60% for the guaranteed issue. So definitely some good stuff with Great Western there. They actually just introduced a new e-app over the last couple months, where you can do that right over, pretty much, on the internet or on the web, and you don't need to be face to face with your client. Before, they used to only have paper applications, and you just kind of had to either mail it out to your client or wait to meet them and stuff. So. All right. So thanks everybody so much for attending. I'm going to pass it over to Warren here, who's just going to give you guys a couple quick, like a quick run through our website and just show you real quick how to run some quotes. But anybody who's on this call that is a new agent that is not contracted with Pinnacle, I wanted to give you the link where you can contract right online on our website, and that's going to be at pfsinsurance.com/services/contracting. And you can either, print out the paper contract and send it into us that way, or you can complete our online contracting. When you do that, you get to the carrier page. You'll be able to select as many carriers as you want. We'll get that information passed over to us, and we'll get you set up with those companies. If you are an existing agent and you're only set up with maybe a handful of these companies or none of them at all, and you'd like to get contracted with any of these, give us a call, 800-772-6881, or you can email lifesales@pfsinsurance.com to request a contract. You can say, hey, please set me up with Gerber Life and Mutual of Omaha. Something as simple as that. We have your information already from when you contracted, so we can push that out. No paperwork on your part. Most of the companies are like either just in time, or we'll let you know when to expect an active writing number. And I just provided my contact information in the left-hand corner and Warren's contact information in the right-hand corner with our direct extensions and our emails. So, and like I said, I'm going to be sending everybody a copy of this slideshow, so you'll have it for your records here. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Warren. We're just going to keep you for a couple more minutes here. He's just going to walk you through a couple things on our website, and then we'll let you guys go here.
All right, here we go. So earlier, Mark talked about our discounted CE and E&Os. You can find those right here where it says Services. In the drop-down box, you'll see a discounted CE and discounted E&O. Just click on those, and that'll take you directly to that area. So you can see everything will be right here. Just one other thing here. If you need any other forms or any iGo e-apps, you can get everything right here at that section right there. Just basically type in what company you're looking for here, and we'll just do Gerber Life. We'll do new business. We'll just do Alabama. And we'll do this guaranteed life and just click search. And then all the forms will be brought up here, and everything in yellow is what you're going to need, and you can either email it or print it out directly from here. Just a real quick look at that. And we'll go back to show you right where you can do the e-app on here. You click right here on this iGo e-app. And it'll take you to a new web page. Click on Start New Case. And you can just type in any name here or whatever. You can just go straight to here. Click on your state and what product type you're looking for. So we're really looking for whole life. We'll hit Find Available Products. And everything that's available for an EAP is available right here. So this is right where we can do like a Mutual of Omaha. Click on Select. And that'll take you directly to the EAP section. After it loads. So you'll just start basically filling in everything that's highlighted in yellow, and that'll take you right through everything. We'll go back here and we'll do a quote, show you where the quoting tool is. Just go to the top here on the toolbar where it says quoting, drop down to the final expense, click on final expense, and this box is what we'll be looking for right here, okay? So we'll just keep everything basically the same. We'll have, whatever state you're in, you can put that. You put your date of birth of the client, male or female, whether they use tobacco or not, how much you're looking for in a drop down where you can select anything. Let's just do $25,000. We'll keep it a level death benefit. And we get a lot of questions about what's that FEX access key? Well, that's just something that that we have here internally. So don't be asking us for that because we don't even know what it is. So basically, you can see here, this will show all the companies that are available. Mutual of Omaha, for their Living Promise, $25,000. You're looking at, that's the best price of $68.08 a month. And if you need to check out the agent guide, you just click on the little PDF logo there, and it'll bring up the agent guide, and you can see and just read everything through here, and it explains what the level benefit plan is, any additional benefits. It talks about the graded benefits, the annual premiums, and you can just scroll through here and find out everything else you need to know about the product. If you have any, if they don't think they can qualify for the level benefit, here's where you can go. You can change it to, let's just say, guaranteed issue. We click submit, and those are all the products that are available for the guaranteed issue products. So that is the real quick walkthrough of the quoting tool. If anybody has any questions, feel free, like Mark said, to give us a call, and we can definitely walk you through this, and we can do any quotes for you anytime. So just give us a call at any time, and we'll be able to help you out with that.
And thanks so much, everybody, for taking the time out of your day to join us. We're going to close up here, and we're going to send everybody a copy of the presentation. Feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email if you have any questions, or if you need some additional training. We can set up some one-on-one webinars for you. If needed, just let us know. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.